I'm a dork, I'm proud, and I'm hip. You are too, if you're tuned into the Chris Top program.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program. Mr. Top. Take it from the top.
Hi, I'm Chris Top. First off, I want to thank you for tuning into the Chris Top program. While I try my best to keep the show as rated PG-13 as possible, sometimes things slip out, or sometimes things happen, and that's just the way live radio goes. And because this is the internet, the FCC isn't around to tell me what I can and can't do. So because of the occasional slip-up or the guest that might get out of hand, you really need to be 18 or older to listen. If you happen to be under 18, please make sure you get your parents' permission. Go! And here Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
I am the one and only Chris Top.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment.
The VCR and the DVD, there was a night of black flag back in 1970. We didn't know about the World War Web was a whole different game being played back when I was a kid. Wanna get down in a cool way, picture yourself on a beautiful day. Big bell bottoms and groove long hair, just walking in style with a party full MP3 play. You can listen to the music on the Chris Top program. Chris Top program, Chris Top program. You can hear the music on the Chris Top program. Chris Top program. Wanna hear the music on the Chris Top program. Chris Top program. Yeah, you can hear the talk in the Chris Top program.
Sunny Clarksville, Tennessee.
You can hear the talk in the Chris Top program.
This is the Chris Top program.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. You know, if I sound extra cool today, if that's even possible, I have upgraded my equipment. And I've got to say, well, Sarah and I we went to Sam Ash in Nashville, and we got some new stuff, and it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I'm going to post a before picture and show you what I was using before I got the upgrade. And then I'll show the new stuff. I'm in love with my microphone. I am. I cuddled with my microphone last night. It was weird. I know. It was really weird. And thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you saying that I sound extra cool. We have two Sarahs in the chat, so it could get very confusing. Just so you know, we have Sarah here, and then we have the lovely Vivacious Kiss in the chat. But I've got a few things I want to talk about today, and I guess we could go ahead and get started with the show. I'm so excited. I can't wait to go back and listen to the show, and because I've done some production since I got the new stuff. And I can listen, even on my phone, I can listen to some of the production that I've done, and I compare it to the old stuff, and there is such a difference. I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I can tell. I can tell, and it's really got me pretty excited. Anyway, where do we want to start today? If you're looking for a job, you could move to China, because they have the best jobs in China. And what I mean is, you could be a stink assessor. Yeah, if you thought your job was crappy, try out being a stink assessor in China. I mean, it would be bad enough living in China. How many dates would a stink assessor get? I mean, think about that. You're in a bar. You may already be kind of smelly anyway. I don't know. You're either going to smell like crap, or you're going to smell like a whole lot of cologne that's trying to cover up crap. One or the other. But I mean, when a girl starts talking to you, providing you make it that far. So she starts talking to you, and then she says, well, so what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a stink assessor. I mean, how far is that going to get you in any relationship? See, I don't know. But anyway, applicants, they've got to be under 30. They've got to be free of nasal diseases. So you want to write this stuff down if you're interested. And they're also advised to avoid pungent food, drinks and tobacco during work hours. So you can't do any of that stuff. Bathrooms are actually going to be graded on their stench level. So I guess they're having a difficult time with the bathrooms in China. I'm assuming, note to self, never use a bathroom in China. It would have to be a quick trip, I guess, because I'm afraid at this point. But I guess they're taking a step in the right direction because they've hired the stink assessors, or well, at least they're working on it. But bathrooms are going to be graded on their stench level, as well as the number of flies that are buzzing around. They have a fly law. That's how bad it is. National law permits 3 flies per square meter. Now, if you have to use the bathroom, you may want to hold it until you get to Beijing, because they only allow 2 flies per square meter. But I'm hoping they get paid good, and at least it gives them a sense of duty. Okay, how many of you have ever remembered something? Abby, seriously? Seriously. I do a show like once every couple of weeks, and I never hear you use the bathroom anymore. And I decide to do a show, and then you decide to go in there and do that. You do that on purpose. I know you do. So anyway, do you ever have memories that don't really exist? Well, you're not going to realize if you do or not, because if it's a memory for you, then you're going to think it really happened. But then you have a significant other or a friend, well, I don't remember that. But in your mind, it happened. Well, maybe it didn't. Maybe it did. See, I don't know. There's no way to tell. That's the problem with the survey. 50% of people who often recall fabricated political events when asked, according to a sweeping new study on memory, the report published in the March edition of the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology, it asked 5,269 participants about memories of fabricated political events. And they found about half the participants falsely remembered things, and 27% thinking they'd seen them on the news. You know what this is? This isn't a good study. You know what it is? It's like when the news guy catches somebody on the street and they ask them political stuff. It's not that they think it really happened or that's how they remembered it. It's because they don't want to seem stupid. They want to make you think that they know political stuff when they don't. But see, they're really making it worse because it's all made up, but they don't know that. See, that's not a good study at all. People are just embarrassed and they don't want to seem stupid. Anyway, I freaking hate that stuff. They found a vampire guy in Turkey. There's a medical journal that claims to have found a real live vampire in Turkey. He's a 23-year-old man. He's got an addiction to drinking blood. Now, the man's name was not revealed, so it could have been Edward, I'm not sure. But the study documents how the man's compulsion progressed from drinking his own blood to stabbing and biting others, and even recruiting his father to bring him goodies from the local blood bank. Yeah, this guy's weird. He might be fun to have around a party, though. Now, doctors diagnosed the man with PTSD. That's like a dissociative identity disorder. They say that it's brought on by witnessing a lot of violent acts throughout his life. And see, I guess that's possible. I'm glad they didn't blame it on the movies. Because a lot of times they blame stuff like this on movies, when that's just not the truth. So anyway, maybe that's where, maybe Robert Pattinson hangs out in Turkey when they're not shooting those vampire flicks. I don't know if anything's going on in the chat, but I'm going to check. Just because, I know it's kind of late and it's Monday night, so I don't know if anybody's going to listen or not. But again, I'm just trying out my new equipment, and I'm really excited. I really am. Can you tell a difference? I can tell a difference. I don't crack when I talk as much, which is kind of cool. Now, we have the lovely Vivacious Kiss in the chat. We have Sarah in the chat. We also have Kathy here. Kathy, how are you? It's good to see you. Do I sound different now that I have my equipment? And we have Caleb in the chat. Caleb, it's always a pleasure, my friend. I appreciate you guys stopping by. What do you say we play a song real quick, and we'll come back in a little while. We'll talk about some more stuff. It's not going to be a long show, because this is mainly a test show because I'm trying out my new stuff and I want to work out some bugs and that kind of thing. But I didn't want to just get on here and testing 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do a produced show just so I could figure out what's good and what's bad. You are positively, absolutely, 100% for sure in the right place. This is the Chris Top Program.
Thank you for calling the Attention Deficit Hyper Disorder Hotline. If you have ADHD, please press 1. So you do have ADHD, is this correct? Please press 1. Now that we know it is only necessary to make your selection. It has been established you do have ADHD. Please. Okay, dude, seriously, if you want help, you're going to have to stop playing with the key. Hey, look, there's a shiny ball with bells on it. If this call was helpful to you, please do nothing. Thank you for calling the Attention Deficit Hyper Disorder Hotline.
This is the Chris Top Program. It's time for a takeover. The radio revolution is here. With your host, Aaron, bringing you today's hits. This is Radio Takeover.
Calling all dorks. Calling all dorks. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be cool? How it feels like to actually talk to chicks and not be ignored? Then you need to tune in every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time and listen to the Rob Aguilar Show, where we're going to talk about sex. That's right. Sex. I know you guys think about that, what it feels like to actually have sex with someone. We're going to talk about sports, women, entertainment, all the things you've been wondering about. So tune in every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and listen to the Rob Aguilar Show.
So you know about him?
Of course. Do you think he's coming back?
I don't know.
I'm Spreaker's Reckoning. Mr. Top.
Why didn't you just kill me?
Your punishment must be more severe. When Spreaker is ashes, you have my permission to die. Let the games begin.
You can either talk in the Chris Top Program.
That's right, this is the Chris Top Program. And seriously? Who is calling me during my show? Hi, this is Chris Top. I'm not available right now, but if you'll leave a message, I'll call you back. Beep. I'm kidding. Hello?
Oh, Chris. Oh, you're such a clown. You had me going for a second there.
Yeah, I get people all the time. Is this game over?
Oh, yes, this is Game Over, the supreme ruler of Wartune Server 10.
Oh, that was really good. You're sounding more evil all the time.
Yeah, thanks. I've been chewing on glass. It sort of helps with the whole evil thing.
Wait, did you just say you've been chewing on glass?
Okay, Chris, so I've got this problem. That's why I called.
Oh, okay, well, shoot.
It's funny you should say shoot. We'll do that in Battleground later.
Okay, so what is your problem?
Oh, gosh, I didn't know it would be this hard to tell you. Okay, I'm a little nervous, and I'm a little embarrassed.
Look, go. If you're gay, it's fine. I totally understand that. And a lot of gay guys dig me, actually.
Oh, hell no. There's no chance I'm a homosexual. Not that there's anything wrong with gays. MVP does love and support our gay community.
Okay. So you're not gay, so what's your problem?
Well, I appreciate you listening, Chris, and honestly, I didn't know who else to talk to.
Oh, well, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you coming to me. It kind of makes me feel good. But you don't have a best friend or anything?
Well, I did have a best friend, but I ate him.
Okay, so what's your problem?
Well, Chris, I've never kissed a girl.
Oh, well, that's no big deal. Okay, look, drop the whole scary voice thing. Let's hear the real voice. Come on.
Oh, okay. I don't do this for everybody, but since you're Chris Top, I was just so ashamed. I didn't know who to go to.
Okay, game. First off, there's no shame in never kissing a girl at your age.
Oh, you really mean it? I don't have anything to worry about? I was so embarrassed.
Oh gosh, no, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I was probably 14 before I kissed my first girl. What are you, 12?
Hang on one second, Kristoff.
I am game over. I'm a 45-year-old grown man, Kristoff.
Oh, you're 45 and you've never kissed a girl. Have you ever thought about a psychiatrist?
Oh no, I would never kiss my psychiatrist. She's 80 years old. Besides, I ate her.
Okay, dude, you've really got to stop eating people. And that's not what I meant.
Oh, what was that, Royal Seal? Well, Chris, it seems I have to go. Royal Seal is going to help me practice my kissing abilities for when I meet that special girl.
Dude, that's so weird. All right, I really don't know what to say after that phone conversation. Very unexpected phone call from Game Over, the supreme ruler of Wartune Server 10. Oh, boy. And, you know, I wasn't expecting the phone call, and so usually when I talk to Game Over, when I talk about Game Over, I try to play his intro, because he does have his own intro, because he's a regular guest on my show.
Some might say you're a sexually aggressive, racist, homophobe, misogynistic, cowardly, illiterate, waste of human skin. Sexually aggressive, racist, homophobe, misogynistic, cowardly, illiterate, waste of human skin. But I say, thank you, beautiful stranger.
It's more hip than you might think to be a dork, kiddies. Let's take a gander at little emo Timmy. Just take a look at those arms. I don't think little emo Timmy should be allowed to play with any sharp objects for the rest of his life. How about you? Billy the Jock is riddled with herpes because of all those naughty cheerleaders. How do those pom-poms look now, kids? I think Bobby the Geek is going to live in his mom's basement for the rest of his life. I'll bet you he'll have a nice collection of tourists in his fridge by the time he's 30. Be a dork, be proud, be hip.
And Waba. I'd like to welcome a new dork to the chat. I've got my good buddy Lebowski in here. I love the name. I do. Is that your name, or did you get that from the Big Lebowski? I would like to know. If you get a chance, make sure you let me know in the chat. But now, Lebowski, I have to say something to you. I know this isn't the first time you've heard the show, but this is the first time you've been in the chat. When you come in here, what you're doing is you're telling the world that you're a dork. And if you're okay with that, if you're okay from stepping out of the closet and embracing your dorkhood, then Lebowski, you're in the right place. Now, I have another step for you to take. And it's a simple step. All you have to do is go to my Facebook page and post the dorkiest picture that you have of yourself. And what this does is this actually puts you into the Dork Hall of Fame with other great dorks of the world, like myself, included in there. Now, since we're talking about dorks, I'm going to go ahead and play the Dork National Anthem. It's the Waba song. It's written by my good buddy Belgium Tim, and we'll follow that up with the Waba rap. So go ahead, dorks of the world, stand to your feet, place your hand over your heart, raise your other hand into the air, and I want you to say this: I'm a dork, I'm proud, and I'm hip.
Working on being awesome every day. I'm working on being awesome every day. W-O-B-A-W-O-B and yeah, I'm working on being awesome every day. I'm not really awesome to this day, but I'm working on being awesome every day. I'm not awesome today, but I'll be one day.
Yeah, Big N in the building. representing the dorks. Dorks of the world unite, y'all. Yeah. Hey there, everybody, I got something to say. This guy right over there is Wubba every single day. Okay, what is Wubba?
It gets so creepy cold thing.
No, dude, it's just a little dork singing. Well, W is working, O is on it, B is being, and A is for awesome, and that's the dork saying. I'm already awesome, but that's okay, cause Mr. Chris Top is too, but he just doesn't know it. And so are all of you from here on to the far. And just so you know, life is good and I'm gone.
All right, now, I would like to welcome 101.9 The Mix FM to the chat. It's always a pleasure to see you. And Sarah says she's almost 18. She's never had a kiss. You know, that's okay. You've got all the time in the world, and there's nothing wrong with waiting for the special guy. Because, I mean, your first kiss is one thing in your life that you're definitely going to remember. So you want to make sure it's special. And it's one of those things, too, that you just can't plan out. Because if you plan it out, it's going to be all weird and awkward and stuff. So it's just going to kind of happen. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing to be ashamed of there. And that's what I was going to try to explain to Go. But anyway, 101.9 has never been here. I see so many people that I don't even know sometimes. But I would like to welcome you to the chat. And see, there are a lot of people that actually come into the chat, and they have numbers for their names, and you know, I don't remember all the numbers and stuff. Hello, High Five. How are you? Have you been in the chat? Because I'm not going to make the same mistake again. At least not in this show. I might make it in another show later on, but I'm going to try not to make it again in this one. Now, I'm going to take a serious note, literally a serious note, just for a second. But I came across this letter, and this was so touching to me. You might want to grab a handkerchief for this one. But this is a little girl. She wrote a letter to her brother, who is in heaven. And what she did was she tied the note to some helium balloons so she could send them to Adam, her brother. I'm going to read you the note. And then right after this, we'll just go into a song. But this is so touching. It really is. February 24th, 2013. To my dear brother Adam, I'm sending you this birthday wish from here on earth, knowing that the balloon and note of birthday wishes and love will reach you in heaven, with God and the angels up above. They will see to it that you get this. I hope you're being celebrated up there in the way you must deserve on your birthday, with loved ones that we miss and friends you have made along the way in your journey to the up above. I'm just so sorry that we can't be with you on this day. We are with you always and forever in our hearts. I love you, Adam. You are a good person and brother. Your family knows this. Love always. Your sister Jenny. Isn't that one of the sweetest things you've ever heard?
This is the Chris Top Program.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I call it a draw. Some nights I wish that my lips could build a castle. Some nights I wish they'd just fall off. But I still wake up, I still see your ghost. So Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for.
What do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I don't know anymore.
stops my bones from wondering just who I am, who I am, who I am. Well, who am I? No.
I sold my soul for this. Wash my hands of that for this. I miss my mom and dad for this.
No. When I see stars, when I see stars, that's all they are. And when I hear songs, they sound like this one. So come on.
She called love. When I look into my nephew's eyes, man, you wouldn't believe the most amazing things they can come from some terrible lies.
Distance. So the best way to listen. So the best we keep our distance.
Call of Duty, Operation Skidmark. Sir, we have found the Russian secret weapon. They have developed an anti-shrinking ray. We are fighting giant Russians, sir. And, sir, it would seem as though they're taking giant craps on all the men. There ain't no way I'm going to ride on that across that water.
I will show you puny Americans what the true Call of Duty is.
Look, we need a chopper in here yesterday. The men are dropping like flies. Wait a minute, that was a fly. Never mind.
I love the smell of duty in the morning. Call of Duty, Operation Skidmark.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program. Take it from the top.
And yes, I'm broadcasting live from my lovely studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. I've got some other friends in the chat. We have Kimberly Top in the chat. My sister from another mister. It's been ages since I've seen you, Kim. Well, I'm not on as much, so I get it. But I got the warm and fuzzies when you came into the room. Also, we have my only Native American friend in the whole wide world here in the chat, Miss Tia Howard. And it has been a long time, Tia. I got some new equipment. I'm excited. I couldn't wait to do a show. You know, it sucks because I got this stuff like a week ago. And okay, it's like when you're a little kid or a big kid, I don't know. And you get a new video game. And then all of a sudden, you're grounded. Or you've got to go do something for a couple of days and you can't go play your video. That's how I've been feeling. Because I got all this new stuff like a week ago, and I get it all set up, and I do a couple of little production things. You can actually check them out on PhoneZoo. It's phonezoo.com, the Chris Top program. You can actually download a ton of free ringtones from me. But anyway, I put the the ringtones on there, and I was able to tell such a difference. I really was. And I couldn't wait to do a show, but today's the first opportunity that I got to actually to do it. So I'm kind of anxious to go back and listen to it after it's over. It sounds really good, doesn't it? Kim used the awesome word, but I don't use that. I am broadcasting from the end of your bed. Just look, I'm right. Hey, Kim, how are you? Anyway, now I want you to imagine this. This is scary stuff. Imagine going in. Okay, let me set it up like this. Waking up during any kind of surgery is very frightening. How about waking up during a cataract surgery? That is a nightmare. Now, that's what a Mississippi man says happened during a procedure at the Tulane University Medical Center in New Orleans. Okay, note to self, don't ever get cataract surgery at Tulane, Tulane University Medical Center, New Orleans. Only go to New Orleans to get drunk. Okay, Hector Alonso is suing the hospital. You know, and I think sometimes people get sue happy. I really do. I think they sue over just stupid things, but this one could be legit. He's suing the hospital and the surgeon who performed the surgery, claiming that Alonso woke up during the procedure and asked for it to be stopped. Alonso says he was forcibly... Now, see, I don't know how much of this is true. I mean, we're just hearing one side of the story, so, I mean, this whole thing could be... He could have went in to have an ingrown toenail removed. I have no idea. But if this really happened the way he says it did, this is horrible. It really is. Alonso says he was forcibly restrained and had his mouth taped shut so he would quit complaining. And it gets worse. He said he also swallowed a tooth during the struggle. The surgery was completed, but it actually left him blind in his right eye. So, I mean, to me, that sounds like torture. Call me crazy, but it sounds kind of like torture, and not the fun kind either. So I don't know. I mean, if all that's true, if that's legit, then I think Hector could have a very good lawsuit on his hand. On his, or whatever. Now, how many geeks do we have out there that are listening? I've got some bad news for you. Can you hear it? Can you hear it in the distance? It's that ear-crushing wail. That's the sound of 1,000 comic geeks screaming because their hearts are shattered into a zillion pieces. You know why? I'll tell you why. DC Comics has reportedly confirmed that Robin, that's, Batman's sidekick, the Boy Wonder, he's going to die in the new issue of the comic. The one that's coming out this Wednesday. Now, they didn't reveal too many details of the offing. It's going to take place in issue number 8 of the Batman Incorporated, but they did say that Batman's 10-year-old son, Damian, the latest kid to serve as Robin, eats it while battling a brutal enemy. Now, he's not the first Robin to die. I mean, there's been several Robins that actually kicked the bucket in several different issues throughout the years. Now, I'm sharing this with you because if you're smart, what you'll probably do is Wednesday you'll be waiting outside of the comic book store. You'll buy a few of these comics, and then you'll sell them on eBay. Because this is how this works. The diehard comic book geeks that sell comics on eBay are there before the comic book store opens. And little Jimmy that wants to buy the comic book, he doesn't get out of school till later on during the day. So he can't go by the comic book store first thing in the morning. So when he goes, they're all gone. So that's when Mom and Dad have to buy the comic book for him on eBay for like $50 instead of $3. I'm just throwing that out there, but that's how it works. And I know it sounds brutal. It does, because little Timmy wants to see Robin die. I get it. But he might have to pay more for it if you beat him to the punch. That's just the way society works. I can't help it. Yeah, I like Marvel too, Lebowski. He says real men read Marvel. I've been a long time fan of Spider-Man. And I'll tell you, a few years ago when Obama was first elected and they put him on the cover of the Spider-Man comic book, I actually purchased the comic book, not because I'm an Obama fan, but because I thought, well, this could have some really good resale value. So I went to the comic book store. They had, I forget which number. It was either 8 comics or 11. I've got both those numbers in my mind. But anyway, I bought them all, and I paid $3 or $4 for each one. And then I turned around and sold them on eBay anywhere from $50 to $80 a piece. So, and I'm not saying that the Robin comics are going to gain that much of a profit, but I mean, it's worth a shot, right? But anyway, I haven't had a whole lot of luck with selling stuff like that on eBay. But when I see something like this, I like to share. Okay, what are we going to talk about now? I'm probably going to go another 10 minutes or so. I'm giving you a heads up. You know how they have the little Jesus sightings sometimes, like in the toast, things like that? Well, Jesus has sprung up again. Me, I would have turned my windshield wipers on, but there's an Ohio man, he sees the hand of God. Now, Jim Lowry of Brooklyn, he says he was in the driveway of his parents' house when Christ revealed himself to Lowry in the form of a splotch of bird poop on the windshield of his car. Now, I'm sitting here looking at the bird poop on the car, and I'm not seeing Jesus, but I'm seeing a dog with a wig on, is what I'm seeing. And I realize that the windshield, and back to eBay, I mean, if it's bird poop that looks like Jesus, it's going to get more money than bird poop that looks like a dog with a wig on. I get that. So it's like he probably saw it the first time and thought, wow, that really looks like a dog with a wig. Wait a minute. That kind of looks like Jesus right there. So then he takes a picture, and now it's in the news. That's how I heard about it. Dog poop. It's the holy dog poop on Mr. Lowry's windshield. They found Atlantis again. Haven't they found Atlantis before? Now, researchers, they found evidence of an ancient continent, possibly the lost civilization of Atlantis. It's actually buried beneath the floor of the Indian Ocean. Researchers believe that they found a microcontinent. How's that even possible? I mean, how can you be a microcontinent? I mean, either you're big or you're not. But anyway, they found a microcontinent. I mean, is it like an inch big, but it's still a continent? I don't know. Is that where sea monkeys came from? See, I have questions that they're not answering in this article. Anyway, it would have existed between 2000, and see, this is way too much for me. They said it would have existed between 2,000 years ago, and you're expecting me to say between 2,000, 5,000 years ago. No. Between 2,000 and 85 million years ago. That's quite the spread. Scientists discovered it by dating grains of sand on the beaches. I mean, they're not saying it's Atlantis, but they're also not saying that it's not Atlantis. So what do you think? Have they found the lost continent of Atlantis? I don't know. Kim says she sees dogs with wigs every day. Well, she lives in the UK, and it's probably a pretty common thing there. See, we don't see as many dogs with wigs on here in the United States. That's why when you get a dog with a wig on and in the shape of, well, in the form of bird poop, then it actually makes the news. I do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by. I do not, nor will I ever take you for granted. Thank you so much for listening. Now, you can tumble with me. You can check me out on my Facebook fan page. You can tweet with me. Check me out on PhoneZoo. I do ringtones, things like that. So you can actually carry me with you in your pocket all day long. If you ever think, man, I really wish I could listen to Chris right now, then you can. You just take your phone out, or your phone rings, and there I am. Or you can actually download the Spreaker app and listen to any of my shows anytime you want on the phone. So it's pretty cool. It's technology for you, is what that is. Until I broadcast again, please remember this. Life is good, and I'm gone.
Is it over yet?
Completely over. You have been exposed to the Chris Top program. Yeah, okay, are we done? I really gotta get a life.
Oh, fuck. Dude, you've got a cucka-mouth. What the fuck is a cucka-mouth? Dude, please, would you kiss your mother with that mouth? Well, no, but I'd French kiss your mother with this fucking mouth. Dude, really? Sounds like somebody just needs to get a lifestyle out of my fucking business. Dude, please shut your fucking cucka-mouth.
Now, if you listen to the show at all, you know that I don't ever really go away after the intro. I would like to welcome Dennis to the chat. Better late than never. Dennis, it's always good to see you. Yeah, you missed the show, but you didn't miss it all. I'm still here. I'm going to leave soon, but I'm still here for now, so just enjoy me while you can. Remember Tan Mom that made the news because she was trying to get her, like, 5-year-old daughter to go tanning with her? Well, she said she wasn't trying to get her to go. But Kim, she's actually going to be your neighbor soon. She's going to move to England to get a tan. Now, Patricia, a.k.a. Tan Mom, she wants to move to London where she'll be free to follow her obsession with having a natural-looking tan in peace. And you know who I'm talking about. You've seen Tan Mom. You've seen pictures of her. She looks hideous. She does. And I guess she thinks she looks beautiful. I don't know. But she does. She looks hideous. She looks like a saddlebag with eyeballs. She wants to move to London where she'll be free to follow her obsession with having a natural-looking tan in peace. The tanorexic mother has reportedly been banned from every tanning salon in New Jersey. You know, when they ban you from tanning salons in New Jersey, things have gotten out of hand. You totally... Because they all look like Oompa Loompas anyway. So you know if an Oompa Loompa says, whoa, wait a minute. You need to slow down, Tan Mom. You're coming to the tanning bed a little too much. When an Oompa Loompa bans you from a tanning bed, you know you've got a problem. Somebody needs to give Tan Mom an intervention. But anyway, she denies the claims that she tried to get her 6-year-old daughter to hit the sunbed. She says, my life has become a living hell. And she hopes her family can make a fresh start in London with its lovely untapped multitude of ultraviolet delights. I mean, you can look at her and tell it's out of hand already, but when she's willing to pick up and move to London so she can go tanning, major issues with that woman. Big time issues. This is interesting. Stop the presses, everybody. There was an allegedly intoxicated Marcus. He went on a Walmart scooter joyride. And he was drunk. 6 miles. He goes into Walmart. He gets a scooter. And he just rides it out of the store. Where's Walmart security? Don't they have faster scooters than the ones they have for sale? I don't know. I mean, you would expect this stuff to happen at Kmart, but not Walmart. Anyway, he made it 6 miles. Okay, do the math. He was on the scooter for an hour. It goes 6 miles an hour. He made it 6. He was on the scooter for an hour. Drunk. He just drove it right out of Walmart. I'm really glad Walmart doesn't sell Lamborghinis. I mean, if they did, there could be a big problem with Lamborghinis. Now, I don't know if this is going to help or not with the whole gas price. The gas prices have been going up and up and up. It's ridiculous. I mean, it was costing me about $38 to fill up a few months ago. Now it's $50. That's pretty big. It's pretty big. Now, there's a guy that's using coffee to actually fuel his Ford F-100 pickup truck. I'm not thinking this is going to really help because, I mean, okay, say gas is $4 a gallon. You go to Starbucks, you get a cup of coffee, it's like $5 or $6. So I don't know if this is going to make things better or not. But it's called the Bean Machine, and it's built by a UK engineer. Maybe coffee's cheaper in the UK. Kim? I mean, help me out here. I mean, I don't know how much 5 gallons of Starbucks would cost. I don't think I can add that high. I don't know. But anyway, he says it's the Bean Machine. It was built by a UK engineer. It's powered by coffee. It's actually converted into hydrogen and carbon monoxide via gasification. That sounds really complicated. I would just drink the coffee. I don't think I'd put it in my tank. Now, gasification, incidentally, is far from being a new concept. It was commonly used to power vehicles in England during World War II. And it was actually thought to have powered about 900,000 vehicles worldwide at the beginning of the 20th century. So there you go. That's a history lesson in coffee. So next time you go to Starbucks, you drink your coffee and you think, wow, I'm drinking this coffee, but it could actually fuel my car. That's crazy. And Kim says they don't have Starbucks over there. We've got them like every 5 seconds here, Kim. I swear. I mean, it's like you look straight ahead, bam, a Starbucks. Look to the left, Starbucks. Look to the right, Walmart, Starbucks. That's pretty much how it is around here. Now, once again, thank you guys so much for listening. It was so good to see some of my old friends and also some new ones in the chat. It's great. It really is. I'm going to go now. And I'll be back sometime. I just don't know when. But I'm going to do some production. I'm going to work on some stuff because I've got my new equipment. And like I said, on the Facebook page, I'm going to post a picture of what I was using, and then I'm going to post what I'm using now. You're going to be like, oh, damn. How did he do all that really cool stuff with that? So, I don't know. I've got some pretty high expectations for my new toys. I do. Until I broadcast again, please remember, life is good and I'm gone.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
I sense a disturbance in the force. The dork side is strong in this one.
Did you hear that? This is madness. We're doomed.
Yoda, I don't think I can go back to Spreaker.
Always with you. It cannot be done.
Well, no, I think I could do it. I just don't know if I'm ready.
Hear you nothing that I say.
Wait, what? Can you just not talk Yoda for a minute?
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Okay, dude, you totally don't make any sense. If I unlearn what I've learned, there's no way I can do it. Okay, never mind. I'll try.
No.
You don't want me to try?
Try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
You are such a motivational speaker. You really are.
I do believe they think I am some sort of god.
You can either talk